Hey guys, it's
Tick,
and Tech.
and welcome back to The Last of Us Remastered.
Hell yeah, son. Ah! What were you gonna say, Connor?
Just remind me, you have to go to the base.
Alright,
Why?
you know,
Okay.
Ah, the infamous Moolah.
I'm on it.
Oh, not.
Be careful.
I would never do that.
I got you.
That would be silly. But, I feel like there was something I was gonna say. Oh well. It's gone forever now, I guess.
The controller makes a lot of noises, and I'm okay with it.
Makes the brand new creaky noise, or it makes the speaker noise?
The speaker noises.
Oh,
Yeah.
you could turn that off. I know
Oh, no, I can, but I don't mind it on the PS5.
why.
Because it's not like the PS4 where if you don't specifically turn off that setting or whatever, you miss a shitload of like dialogue and stuff.
damn ladder broke off the wall.
Now what?
Because I always turn it off immediately on
I'll
the
figure
PS4.
something out.
Right.
But is it really any different than on the PS5?
Yeah,
When was the
because
last
it's
time you
just
had
like, in Spider-Man, it's just like, oh, the phone rang, right? Whereas, like, in Infamous Second Son, the phone would ring, and then the voice would come out of the controller.
That's what this one does too. I was playing GTA 5
Oh.
on it, and every time the phone rang and they were making a conversation on the phone, it was coming out of the controller.
Yeah, but that was the PS4 version of the game, probably, huh?
It doesn't mean anything.
No, it does!
I
Because,
seriously
again,
doubt it.
listen, in Spider-Man, the phone would ring,
Oh,
right?
I see.
And
Good idea.
the controller would be like, oh, your phone is ringing, right? But then the voices would come out of the TV,
Yeah, but so
not
it
the
could,
controller.
It could also just be Spider-Man.
And, like, a bunch of other noises are just there, right? It's not like,
Like
they
I said,
prioritize using the
it could just
controller
be
speaker.
Spider-Man doesn't do that.
Well,
and other
Ratchet and
games-
Clank didn't.
Yeah,
Either.
but the Clank probably doesn't have the same system. All I'm saying is, it did it when I did GTA 5, which means
Yeah, I know.
chances are the PS4 version of GTA 5 would do the same thing.
Yeah, the PS4 version.
The PS5 version, I said that,
No.
the PS5 version of that game would probably do the
Probably
same
not.
thing.
Probably not.
I doubt it.
It better not.
Why?
Because shit like that is so fucking stupid.
Yeah, well, I think it would. Guess we have to buy the game to
Let's
test
get the
it.
hell off this thing.
I'm not gonna do that.
Why not? You don't like GTA 5?
No, not really. It's fine, I guess.
Oh, they announced GTA 6.
I don't care.
I know. I've only ever really played GTA 4,
Yeah.
and then I never bought GTA 5.
The one I played a bunch of was Vice City.
I had Vice City on my tablet.
I had Vice City on my PSP.
There you go. Joel, no! Swim, Fugu fish! Swim! Oh yeah, Connor, when I get that computer set up, you definitely have to some point try it out. See if it's... to see if it's even usable. It's got great Wi-Fi though. Like download speeds. Fucking wild. Like I was at my house and I was downloading games and I was downloading them at like 30 megabytes a second. Yeah, I know, and I was like, am I like crazy? Is it like hooked up in some special way? No.
There's a reason they kept it around.
Yeah, but no, it like totally was like just doing it all on its own. It was freaking amazing.
Awesome.
It was like 30 megabytes a second. Holy shit.
Pretty cool if it, like, was consistent.
Yeah, it was. It was solid. It was like doing it the whole time.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was crazy. But another thing about it, about that computer, the definite downside that you will notice is loading, because it's still running off of a hard drive, and you don't think there's going to be much of a difference, or you don't like remember what it was like to use a hard drive to play games on a computer, but you'll remember real fucking quick.
So,
What it's like.
So a game that doesn't require a lot of load time, like transitioning between cutscenes. Is that what you mean?
No, I mean just like so, like the computer like getting done, like loading, like even just itself in takes longer. Like finishing the basic startup programs,
Oh.
like
okay.
that takes longer. Booting games takes longer, and loading, like load times in games take longer. But after it loads, it's fine. But it's
So
just
because it's on the
yeah. Well, because like this hard drive probably caps out speed wise at like 150 megabytes a second, if even that much, while the SSDs are capping at like 500 at the least.
We're gonna beat it.
Oh, sweet. But so anyways, so that's something you'll notice.
Right. Well, this should be interesting.
Yeah.
Well, could be worse.
But it's got a terabyte hard drive in it, so loads of space.
Neat. Time to throw it away.
We're about to beat the game.
No.
Oh my god.
Whenever you guys are using this, I can put tabs.
So this is where I point at Joel and I say, stupid. They should have killed him on the spot.
Probably.
Nobody cares about you. God. Look at this man. Thinks he's so cool. All high and mighty. Can you believe him? He's like, look at me, I'm so cool. When he's willing to sacrifice the entirety of humanity's chance because he's like, my daughter replacement.
Shut up.
That's literally what's happening right now.
Irrelevant.
It's like, oh, she's my substitute daughter.
Surrogate daughter.
Same difference.
No, there is a difference.
Not much. And he's like, I'm going to throw away the entirety of humanity to save this child.
To be fair, there is absolutely no guarantee they would have succeeded.
Exactly. So, but it's like,
Actually, there's almost a full guarantee they would have failed because you can't make a vaccine for virus, a mushroom virus specifically.
maybe.
Yeah, and
Which
there's
is
always the
what this is.
possibility- Like, basically, from as I understand it, like, you could justify, in a sense, like, you could justify and condemn Joel, because on one hand, it's like, there is even the faintest possibility that her sacrifice would allow humanity to be able to move past this. But on the other hand, you could also argue that the odds are so infinitesimally small that it justifies him wanting to save the person he cares about. Heck, because there's a million factors that freaking could affect this. Like, oh, there's no guarantee the Fireflies would share it with, everybody, and that they would monopolize the cure. There's the possibility that this would actually breed even more death than the virus because people are going to kill each other over the cure. It's like, and then there's the fact that there's no guarantee whatsoever that the cure would actually even, like, be created from it. So, I mean, it's kind of one of those gray areas where I think that
I think it was worth a shot.
I think you could argue either case.
Well, I mean, you're
was worth it.
sacrificing one person to potentially, to even gain the slightest grasp of a way of defeating the virus.
Yeah, but
But
the
and otherwise, it's just like, what if you fail? What did you lose? You lost one
Well,
child.
from his perspective, he lost a person that
Yeah, well,
he
fuck
has
him.
grown close to.
His perspective doesn't matter.
But here's the thing: is you could also argue that even should they succeed, and then they create a vaccine, right?
Mm-hmm.
The real question is, will that vaccine actually cause the death of even more people?
Well, it's
as a
irrelevant.
result?
That's not relevant. And the
I'm-
reason it's not relevant is because it's possible that that many deaths will come because of said vaccine.
Yeah.
But
'Cause this
the
is-
reason it's irrelevant is because those deaths would most likely happen anyways because there was no vaccine. Because the world is basically ending and people are still going to catch the virus and die from it. And so if you can vaccinate people, then those people now won't die to the virus. So it's like it's an end game type thing. It's kind of like
Well,
you might
yeah,
lose more in the short round.
in the future,
but
there
you'll-
will be no zombies.
Yeah, but in the long run, it'll be way more beneficial to
Look,
humanity.
the problem with that is also assuming that this virus is incapable of adapting and changing.
Well,
which
yeah,
it has shown a
but it's
tendency to
always
do.
that's always the problem.
Yeah.
But it's like at the end of the day, the whole point is this is the first and only chance that they've ever seen to possibly negate the virus. Even if it doesn't, even if it mutates, that's like a whatever moment because as it is right now, that's all they can worry about. They can't worry about the what if because it doesn't matter.
The thing is I think that with the state that everything is in and with the odds of success, I really don't think it matters like what outcome would have happened, like whether Joel would have like just let them do it or the fact that he kills them, like
Well, it's always about the survival.
yeah.
And
the
so, like-
survival of the whole.
So like that's why it's kind of like they will do anything it takes for the potential of survival.
Well, you are see the problem with that is the government, like I don't even think the government was researching a cure. Their whole thing was containment.
Yeah.
Like trying to stop it from spreading more than it was, which is why they are so brutal. Is because if anyone, like obviously people will do the dumb thing and be like, oh, I don't want to die, I'm infected, they'll kill me. It's like yeah, they'll kill you because if you run around and get infected and die somewhere, and they don't know that you died, then eventually
Yeah.
you will create an infection pocket, and then the spores will spread in the city and
Yep.
infect everybody. So like they have to be brutal. But the problem with the Fireflies is the Fireflies are so inherently destructive and unhelpful that I'm like, even if they made the cure, I don't think they would just give it to people. I don't think they'd be like, let's spread the cure. Like, we gotta give it to. No,
Yeah, it's
I
possible.
think they would use it destructively, and that is why I think that potentially more chaos could happen. Because if they
But
start,
at the end of the day,
yeah,
the cure would have been made, which it may sound like a really weird way of looking at it, but
well, the
it would
only-
have helped humanity in the long run.
The biggest way that I could totally see justifying that argument is if we had a means to just spread it in an amazing scale. Because the issue is, if the Fireflies have the cure, and they say they go to war with the remnants of the government, right? Because they're already
Right.
kind of doing that. They're already fighting. Like, at that point, you're going to have full-scale war between the Fireflies and the remnants of the government. And whatever third-party factions are going to hop in because they're like, oh, we could get this. So now, like, what was originally just the government fending off the Fireflies from just committing acts of terrorism is now a full-scale war between two sides, and then whoever else jumps in. There's always the possibility that the Fireflies will just destroy the cure to stop other people from getting it. And
Well, yeah, but that's not relevant. I understand that, like, yeah, it's possible, but you're thinking a lot of what if.
like
And my
whole thought-
point is that at the end of the day, getting the cure at all is way more important than anything that happens after it.
Well, my thought process to this was, if through the creation of the cure, the Fireflies inadvertently leave the remnants of local humanity in such a poor state that they are worse off than if they didn't have the cure. Like, 'cause
Well, yeah,
they-
but at the
'cause,
end
like,
of the
the
day,
government,
they're always going to lose without the cure. It's like they will always lose without it.
Well, here's the thing. I think the government, in the sense that it is in right now, as long as they can keep containment up, I think that they actually have every chance to grow. And as long as they're capable of growing, then there's every possibility that they will be able to extend their own facilities and begin. Because the issue is, the Fireflies literally do two things. They commit acts of terrorism on the government, and their whole thing is trying to find this cure. The problem is, they have, like, nothing else going. If the government didn't exist, then the Fireflies cannot draw from their resources. Like, they have nothing from the government at that point. But the issue that also the government faces is, as long as they can't be allowed to grow, then they're not gonna dedicate resources to building those facilities to try and treat the cure. So I think if given enough time and nothing freaking crazy happens, like a huge civil war between the remaining human factions, if factions like that are given enough time to grow and accumulate resources, then they will begin their own research into creating a cure, and that eventually another opportunity will present itself. But the issue with the Fireflies is they can create the cure. I don't think in any capacity they can be trusted with it, and that through them specifically, like if the government made it, the Fireflies don't have the capabilities of going in. That's why they do the terror attacks, because they can't actually just oust the government and beat them. So if the government had it, or the remnants of the government, like, I think that it's like, okay, now we can actually just forcefully give everybody the vaccine. We have all the resources to do it. Like, every single person, we will line them up, we'll vaccinate them, like, what's done is done. I think that the remnants would absolutely do that, considering, like, how they've treated people to this point.
Well, yeah, but it's not really relevant how the
issue is-
government would do it.
No, the issue is how the Fireflies would do it, because I think the Fireflies would use it essentially as blackmail. Like, hey, you're going to capitulate to us, or you're not going to get the cure. We have it. It's right here. See this little pill? It's a cure. And it can be yours for the low, low price of letting
Control
us...
over humanity.
Yeah, letting us be the absolute rulers, and...
Yeah, but you know, that's just a whatever moment. Because my whole point is that getting a cure is more important than this child's life. That's my point.
Yeah.
Is it's like he's fighting to save that girl because his daughter died, and she's now the surrogate daughter to his conscience.
Yeah, your
and
beef
so now
is
he's
with,
willing
like,
to,
Joel.
Yeah,
with-
well, yeah.
with
His whole
personal
thing,
decision.
he's willing to sacrifice the potential of immunity to the virus.
However small it may be.
Yeah, regardless.
Yeah.
He's willing to sacrifice any chance humanity has right now to defeat the virus so that he can save this child.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, and the biggest problem is also how he does it, because he kills
the doctors that
Yes.
like weren't actually a threat to
Yes.
everybody. Yeah.
He
Well,
kills
the
the
issue is the
people who could
doctors
do it.
weren't gonna let him take the child.
Well, of course not, because
They were
they
gonna-
understand how important it is.
Yeah, and so like that's why that's why he killed the doctors, because they weren't gonna stop him.
But that's why he's just so, like, out of logic at this point.
well,
He's all running on instinct and emotion.
well, I mean, you have to think about what he's been going through up until this
I
point
don't have to do anything. I'm just gonna be
and
like,
analyze.
yeah, he's a fucking idiot.
Backside. Well, to be fair, if somebody was going to kill you, Thomas, and like there's a 0.002% chance this makes a cure, I'm like, I might kill some doctors because I don't think that
Nah,
statistically
let
it's
me
gonna
die.
do Thomas.
Well, that's the thing is, she was also the same. She was willing to die
yeah.
for this cause. It was all purely selfish, so that
Of
he
course it
didn't.
was.
Yeah, but that's the thing is, like, even she was willing to be sacrificed,
Yeah.
and that's the problem as well. Is he's disregarding even her, like, desires.
I don't think
For
she
himself.
had much of a choice in it, though.
Well, that's
Well, that was the
literally
thing, though.
They just picked her up and, like, just
She-
started this,
she was,
essentially.
Yeah, she was essentially like almost groomed for this role. Like,
Yeah,
when
but she was still
literally
willing to do
people-
it.
Well, when people like the whole idea is when people place the world on your shoulders, like your sacrifice could save it. Don't you just want to do it? It's just like, oh
Yeah,
my
well,
God.
it doesn't matter.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though, is, like, if
Like-
they had talked to her about it, and she had a chance to talk to Joel about it, I think it would have
yeah.
been different.
Yeah, but Joel's
I don't think
different.
I don't think she even got told what would happen. I think they just picked her up while she was unconscious, kept her that way, and then just performed.
Well, yeah, she
went to
was-
perform surgery.
Yeah, she
That's
wasn't-
what I'm saying.
She wasn't conscious at all when they were going to operate on her.
Well,
Like,
yeah, but
we don't know
I'm
if they
saying,
asked her
what
or
I'm
not.
saying is between the
Yeah.
time that she's picked up and everything, right? I don't think she gets a choice at all.
Well, yeah, it's possible that they didn't tell her, but they also might have told her.
I
It's
don't
kinda like a
think-
gray
I
area.
don't think
Yeah.
she.
Yeah,
that
it doesn't
they
matter what
did.
you think, because we don't know what they did.
Well, we're gonna find
It's
out.
based off of. Well, no, it's based off of Ellie's like.
Wait, she
character,
No,
right?
she doesn't. She doesn't know.
Yeah, she
Why?
doesn't.
I can confidently say, because I've seen some of the segment, she doesn't know.
Yeah,
But
no,
doesn't. But
it's-
you'll find out like near the beginning of like the segment. so it's not an issue. But I don't. She's not aware at all on what everything entails. They did like she doesn't know anything.
Oh, they didn't tell her that they were gonna cut her brain open.
Yeah,
And
she
Scooper,
well,
Scooper Nugget.
That's
Yeah,
the thing,
because
is if they
she-
had talked to her about it, she would have wanted to talk to Joel as well. I'm like, based off of the way her character behaves, she would have wanted to tell Joel.
Yeah, it's explained.
So,
in the second
like,
game. But yeah, she doesn't
It's
know.
explained in this game. Sort of.
Well, still though, I think it was stupid.
Look, if you want to look at it logically, it is worth sacrificing one child to potentially save the human race.
yeah.
Yeah, no,
at
I
least the
agree,
zombies
but, like, you need consent, is
No, you
basically what I mean.
No, you
what
don't.
I'm getting.
If you're looking at it logically, it is absolutely worthwhile to save one person and potentially save all of humanity.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing is, it's like, yeah, you can ask for consent, but it's natural human instinct to protect one's own existence over the existence of many others. Now, there
I think
is.
you could peer pressure it, like.
Well, yes, what
every
I'm saying is,
human's life.
naturally, a human would choose to survive versus die.
Yeah.
Now, it depends on
How the-
circumstance,
yeah.
atmosphere, how their relationship is with the group
Yeah.
that they're trying to save.
Like if you have
Like-
all of their loved ones faced up in front of them,
Yeah,
and
but-
you're gonna tell them it's gonna be pain. You don't even know what's gonna happen. You're gonna be unconscious, like, and this will literally save all of your like. Look at this
What's
picture. Look at this picture of this zombie, right? This will be all of your family members if you don't do this.
yeah, but see, the problem with her though is Joel is her family.
yeah.
so-
well, and the issue is that she does not view him the same way as he does her.
Yeah, no.
He is way closer of a relation to her than she does to him.
Well, yeah, because he's like my surrogate child.
Yeah, and she's,
she's
like,
like-
hey, that cool uncle guy. Kind
Yeah, she's like reliable adult,
Yeah.
but it's so,
Like,
so it's really
I
weird.
commend Joel for wanting to be like, and you gotta remember, I mean, he's been taking care of this child like for this entire point.
For a
Like,
year.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I could totally understand why he did it.
It's just.
I just think
yeah.
he's an idiot, and that's it. Because bad choice making, illogical.
I mean, but it is easy to like sit back for like us, not necessarily like really involved in the situation because
Well, that's how it always is.
Yeah, like if somebody was like, "All right, Thomas, there's a zero. If we sacrifice Shay in a brain surgery, there's a 0.002% chance that humanity will be saved." Like,
Well, yeah, I couldn't give you a straight answer
yeah,
right now.
exactly.
Well, because
No,
the
I don't
biggest
expect
problem,
you to.
because
Like-
the biggest problem is it's like, well, right at this moment, I could say, oh, go for it, but also it's not happening, and I haven't had to live through an apocalypse, so I'm
Yeah,
not really, I'm out of touch of what
Yeah.
the circumstance.
Well, again,
would be.
I didn't expect you to like.
Well, yeah, no, I totally get. I get that there's like circumstance. It
Like
changes
when you're
everything.
there in the moment and
Yeah.
she's on the operating table and they didn't tell you that
Yeah.
they were gonna cut her open and you're like, what? You're gonna kill her?
Yeah, basically.
No.
Yeah, they shouldn't have said anything. To her.
Yeah, like
If they had just been like, oh yeah, you know,
yeah, like so we sacrificed Ellie, but we made a vaccine. Like, oh,
Yeah.
oh my gosh,
she's dead already.
look, we got it. Vaccine. This is humanity saved.
She didn't die for nothing.
Yeah.
And then he'll still kill everybody.
Yeah, he'll
anyway.
probably kill them, but at least there will be a vaccine. Like he might
Yeah.
kill that doctor, but they also probably would have had time to bring some guards around.
Yeah.
You know, like Joel. Yeah, like Joel, don't freak out. Don't freak out, bro. Like we're making a vaccine. Don't do it. Gosh, what an idiot.
Back up.
Who the freak pulls a scalpel out on a guy with a handgun? Like, what do you think you're gonna pull off? She might attack you. You gotta kill the other doctor.
No, baby girl. I got you. I got you.
Honestly,
That's an incredibly bold choice to make you pull the trigger on that guy.
Yeah,
I didn't
right?
even notice it before. I thought it happened in a cutscene, genuinely.
it's honestly.
Could have tried shooting him in the leg and see if you could get away without killing
If
him.
you can mercy kill people rather than just ending them.
Yeah, or just like incapacitate him
Yeah.
Right.
so that you could just take her and then like the doctor doesn't die
You know,
necessarily.
probably the goofiest part about the Fireflies, though. How far? So he's been traveling for a year to reach this hospital, right?
Yeah.
The fact that the Fireflies have a facility, like they're almost extinct, supposedly, yet they have a facility this far away from the remnant. They have a hospital a year away from the government, and they're like, oh yeah, instead of just going and being on our own, let's just terrorize the remnants of the U.S. government with terror attacks. Like the Fireflies don't make a whole lot of sense in this. Like It's so weird.
Marlene did say she lost over half her men just crossing the country.
Yeah, it's like
Which is wild. Like, how did that happen if you had like 40 dudes?
this is why I
Like-
think the Fireflies could not be trusted with the vaccine, because for some reason they had the ability. They were over a year's travel. They had cars for some parts of this.
Yeah.
They were over a year's travel away from the government, and they were like, "Yeah, let's just go travel for a year and just mess the government up. Why not?"
Well, it only took them a year because they walked most of it.
Yeah.
So you assume the Fireflies had like.
Well, if they had cars at any point, that would have been a lot faster than
Yeah.
walking.
Well, also, like, they went all over. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, so they.
we
traveled
were
a
in
lot.
Colorado, and then we had to go down to. This is in Salt Lake City.
They went to Utah.
Yeah, like, they went all
That's
over
actually-
the place.
I was gonna say that's actually not that far away.
yeah. But you'd be
It's
surprised.
a long fucking walk,
Well,
though.
obviously it's a long walk.
Well,
And
yeah.
it's like
But
it's
I
not
wouldn't-
like
I
they
don't think
took a
it's a year-
straight line straight to Salt Lake City
I don't
like
think
the Fireflies did.
I don't think it's a year's walk though, to get from Colorado to freaking
No.
Salt Lake City.
No, freaking. The game starts in Boston, okay, and they don't take a straight line from Boston to Salt Lake City,
Yeah.
okay. They go all over the fucking place. Like they're in Montana at one point, I think.
Oh yeah, they stopped
Well-
by his brothers.
They're all over the
That's
place.
crazy
They're
that his
not
brother
just
freaking-
going straight there.
It's crazy that his brother went and moved to Montana. I think that's where the second game kicks off
It's
too.
in it does. It starts off in Jackson.
So here's the
Yeah.
confirmation, by the way, that she doesn't know, because she doesn't understand what happened.
Where in Boston? Which Boston were they?
Boston, the one city that we have named Boston on the East Coast.
There's only one Boston.
Pretty sure. On the East Coast, at least.
Okay.
It's part of New York now, I think.
Let's see. Let's see. So like the head.
Yeah, and that's like a straight line that they didn't take.
Yeah, it would take 36 days to walk
Yeah.
from Boston to Salt Lake, and that's a straight line, or that's a straight walk.
You know-
So 36 days of walking 24 hours.
Yeah.
Oh,
day.
I was about to say
But-
that doesn't sound that bad at all.
Yeah, so 24 hours.
So you're looking probably around 3 months if you like
Yeah.
walked like a normal human being.
But
let's
they
see.
didn't.
and that's assuming you don't stop to forage or look for food.
They didn't
Yeah.
take a straight route either, though.
They
They went.
You keep telling us this.
I know they went all
36
over the place.
Times 24 plus 5. So it's 869 hours to walk from Boston to Salt Lake. So we're going to divide that into, what, 6 hours of walking a day?
Yeah.
Of, like,
'cause then
actual
you got-
walking.
'cause,
Because we're
yeah.
not talking about, like, stopping for whatever
You're
reason.
probably stopping for like breaks, maybe.
Yeah.
Like to get food.
Right.
Or
So I think
water.
6 hours a day.
Maybe change your clothes.
Yeah, so divided by
You get a little
16
manky.
would take you 144 days.
half a year.
Yeah, half a year to walk 6 hours a day straight from Boston.
Isn't it crazy how like that could just be shortened to a day with a car?
Not a day.
Oh yeah, okay, you know what I mean.
Yeah, but
Like
no,
a
I
couple
get it.
Days.
Yeah, it would take you like less than a week to do that in a car.
Yeah, but also like
Austin
the
to Salt Lake
average.
City. That'll take you like give or take around 3 days,
Yeah.
plus or minus one. Probably more plus one. But yeah, or a plane. Let's just get there in
Yeah.
a couple hours.
Yeah,
Like-
basically.
No.
The difference between walking speed and like highway speeds, though,
It's
like
wild.
the average human walks at what, like 3 miles an hour,
Yeah. Versus the
versus
70
the
to
75 mile per hour speed limit on a highway.
Yep.
Gosh,
yep.
you gotta imagine how much it speeds you up to just even go like horsepower.
I could tell you
like
would've been-
I'm riding a
Would have been
horse
good
there.
friends. I think you really would have liked her. I know she'd have liked you.
I bet I
Changes
would.
things up.
Oh. Right down there.
This is one of the scenes that made me cry the first time I played.
There's a
Wait,
little
What?
bit further now.
Is this his brother's place?
Yeah, this is Jackson City.
What, they're dead?
No.
They could be.
It'd be unreasonable.
Here, I got you.
remember, they didn't have bad relations, did they? Freaking Joel and his brother.
No.
You didn't know what to do. So she says, let's just wait it out. You know, we can be all poetic and just lose our minds together. I'm still waiting for my turn.
Ellie.
Her name was Riley, and she was the first to die. And then it was Tess. And then Sam.
Nothing that is on you.
You don't understand.
I struggled a long time with surviving. No matter what, you keep finding something to fight for. Now, I know that's not what you want.
Swear to me.
Swear to me! I hate you! Swear to me!
I swear.
Now we have a whole DLC to do.
A whole DLC?
Yeah.
Dang. Oh yeah, it's funny. So I was looking at it. So 36 days to walk, right? A bike, just a bike, knocks it down to 9.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
So literally
Why?
just
So
riding
that's
a
you
bike.
pedaling like a madman?
No.
No, probably just a constant of like 10 miles an hour or something.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, but just a bike. But the miles are, was it 2,643 miles?
Ooh. Skip!
No!
Like an asshole.
And then a car is 34 hours.
That's
So yeah, them walking is fucking like wild. Because you hop on a bike and it just knocks so much time
Yep.
off of how long it's going to take you to get there.
yeah, that's freaking nuts.
So it's crazy.
A lot of people don't know that the bike uses a lot less energy
Yeah,
when
it's
moving,
really
too.
Especially if you're going downhill.
Yeah.
That's crazy though.
What's happening?
This is a recap of, like, what happened to get to this specific point in the DLC.
Oh, so you get to play the actual spot that you didn't get to see.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, I guess I should have waited.
Yeah, probably. Considering we were at the time limit.
Forgot about it. Genuinely, straight up fucking forgot about it.
God damn.
We were talking. Ooh. Naughty Dog made Crash Bandicoot, I think. Or no, it was Jack and Daxter. Was it Crash Bandicoot? I don't remember.
Who the hell is that?
We just heard about her.
Who the fuck is that? Still gonna stab you. No, not particularly.
I had to sleep under this for 3 years. You know how bad that goes now. kill fireflies? I think man killing them is scary.
Come on.
So have you ever gotten a kill?
That's a terrible reason.
All the time, probably.
God damn, this cutscene's forever. You did this to us, Brayden.
Shut up.
Where?
Shut up. Where'd she find the key for that fucking padlock?
Yeah, seriously, that's
Like,
a good
damn.
question.
That's commitment. Alright.
Now where the fuck
This is
do
a
I
perfect stopping point.
Yes.
Yeah, so if you enjoyed the video, consider liking and subscribing.
Definitely go check out our other content.
Until next time, peace out.
Bye-bye.